They never saw what burned behind your eyes. They only saw your silence and mistook it for weakness. But they never knew how loud your thoughts were. How every single day you fought a battle inside your mind and still chose to stand. They never noticed the weight you carried behind your smile. The effort it took to show up when everything inside you screamed to disappear. But you did, again and again. Not for applause, not for recognition, but because something in you refused to break. There were days you questioned everything. Days where hope felt like a lie. Days when quitting seemed easier than breathing. But you didn't. You held on. Sometimes with faith. Sometimes with rage. Sometimes with nothing but the memory of who you used to be before the world tried to make you forget. You remembered. And that was enough to keep going. Pain taught you things peace never could. It showed you the truth about people. It revealed the truth about yourself. You stopped chasing validation. You stopped shrinking to make others comfortable. You stopped giving your time to those who only took. And when they left, you learned to be alone without being empty. You found power in solitude, strength in your scars, wisdom in your wounds. Now look at you, still standing, still rising, still becoming. You've come too far to turn around. The storm didn't destroy you, it shaped you. And everything ahead of you is waiting for the version of you that no longer needs to prove anything to anyone. Because now you know, you were always enough. You were always capable. And this fire inside you, it was never meant to burn you. It was meant to light your way. They called it impossible because they could not imagine the strength it takes to rebuild from ashes. But you never needed their imagination. You had your own. While others measured success in applause, you measured it in survival. Every time life tried to bury you, you became your own rescue. No one saw the nights you stayed awake, wondering if it was worth it. No one saw the mornings you rose anyway. You did not ask for the pain, but you learned from it. You did not beg for the weight, but you carried it. You stumbled, you bled, you broke. But you also grew. You became something no one saw coming. Something relentless. Something unstoppable. You became the storm they feared and the calm you needed. The old version of you died in silence. And from that silence came a voice no one can quiet. You speak now, not because you want to be heard, but because you've been quiet for too long. Your story is not a tragedy. It's a testament. A living proof that fire does not only destroy, sometimes it creates. They will never understand how many times you chose to keep walking with wounds still open. How many times you gave when you had nothing left. But that's okay. You don't need them to understand. You don't need them to believe. You only need to remember who you are and keep going. Because every step forward is a victory. And every breath is a reminder. You're still here and you're not done. Somewhere deep inside you lives a version of yourself that refuses to quit. Not because it is easy, not because it is painless, but because it knows that every second you fight is 1 second closer to becoming who you were always meant to be. You were not made to surrender. You were not born to break. You are the result of every battle you thought you could not survive. The world will try to silence you. It will try to mold you into something easier to digest. But you were never meant to be easy. You were never meant to be small. You carry fire in your chest and thunder in your voice. Every scar is a chapter. Every fall is a turning point. And every rise is a revolution. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are the lesson learned, the strength built, the will forged in the fire of experience. You are not standing by accident. You are standing because something inside you chose to rise again when nothing made sense. Do not shrink. Do not hide. Do not wait for permission. The life you want is waiting beyond fear. The future you imagine begins the moment you decide to believe, not in luck, not in fate, but in yourself. Keep moving, keep building, keep becoming, because what's ahead is greater than everything you left behind. There is a voice within you that refuses to be silenced, a whisper that grows louder when the world turns its back, a strength that does not wait for applause. It rises from the dirt. It grows through pain. It stands even when everything around it says fall. That voice is the truth. That voice is you. Every morning you rise is proof that the fight is not over. Every time you push forward when it would be easier to stop, you are rewriting the story they wrote for you. You are not here to be ordinary. You are not here to live quietly. You are here to build something that lasts, to walk through fire and come out forged. They will doubt you. They will misunderstand your hunger, but their disbelief is not your burden. Your mission is not to convince. Your mission is to become, with grit, with vision, with a kind of resilience they cannot measure. You are not defined by how many times you fall. You are defined by how many times you choose to stand. Keep building when no one watches. Keep believing when no one claps. The day will come when the world sees what you already know, that the impossible was just a dare, and you are always ready to rise. The weight on your shoulders is not a sign of weakness. It is proof that you are carrying more than most would dare to lift. Every morning you rise is a silent rebellion against doubt. Every step forward is a victory over everything that tried to hold you back. This world will not always applaud your effort. It will not always see your battles. But that does not make your struggle any less real or your progress any less worthy.